At that time, the meditator can discern the mentality which is taking the color as object. So this is the system only. So if you want to discern this cognitive process, you should learn by heart. If you do not learn by heart, you cannot understand. Number one, phytoadiabatic consciousness. Number two, eye consciousness. Number three, receiving consciousness. Number four, investigating consciousness. Number five, decision consciousness. Then seven, impulsions, jhanas. After that, two registry mind movements. Altogether, there are 14. If you see me, this cognitive arise systematically. They never change this system. This is Chitta Niyama, the fixed law. After that, there may be many pointers. Then, mind-cognitive process. That mind-cognitive process also takes this color, same color. But same color is similarity only, not really. Same means here similarity only because color is also a nature impermanent. As soon as they arise, they pass away. But their lifespan is 70 mind moments. When 70 mind moments pass away, then this color will disappear. But similar colors successfully will rise. Because there are many colors. One, in each mind moment there are three stages: rising stage, standing stage, and perishing stage. In rising stage also there are four types of kalabas or four types of materiality: mind-born materiality, karma-born materiality, mind-born materiality, temperature-born materiality, nutriment-born materiality. Though they always rise, but their lifespan is 70 mind moments. In the same way, standing place also there are mind, karma-born materiality, temperature-born materiality, nutriment-born materiality. But standing place, no mind-born materiality, because mind-born materiality rise only rising stage. Rising stage, mind is very strong. But standing stage, in perishing stage, mind is very weak. That mind cannot produce new kalabas. So, because of this reason, in every mind moment, in the same way, perishing stage also karma-born materiality, temperature-born materiality, nutriment-born materiality. Their lifespan is 70 mind moment. But this is number one mind moment. Number two mind moment, sight. These four types of materiality rise. Then number three mind moment also sight. These four types of materiality rise. In every mind moment they rise in this way. So number one mind moment, materialities which rise together with number one mind moment, they will cease number 70 mind moment together. Then number two mind moment, they will cease number 18. Then number three mind moment, they will cease together with number 90 mind moment. So in this way, if we see from 70 mind moment, there are many different types of materialities, they are rising. There are many different types of materialities, they are perishing. There are many different types of materialities, they are standing. So because of this reason, same color, although there are many bhujas between two cognitive process, that same color, the mind of cognitive will realize that color. For example, if you want to design cognitive process, number one, you should try to design a translucent element. Then you should try to design Poinga Mando. You should pay attention a group of small particles color. Why? One kalabas color is not the object of unconsciousness. It is the object of mind consciousness only. Mind consciousness rests dependent on your heart place. So consciousness cannot take this one kalabas color. Because of this reason, if you want to understand about I do cognitive process, you should try to take a group of small particles color. When color impinges both those, that color impinges both those simultaneously. At that time, I do cognitive rise according to sequentially. Then, according to sequence, when they arise, hydro-advancing consciousness arises depending on your heartbeat. Eye consciousness arises depending on your eye translucent element here. Then receiving consciousness will arise here. Investigating, decision, 7 types of impulsion, to registering mind, and other mind movements, they will arise here. In the same way, mind-cognitive process. Mind-advancing consciousness, and 7 jhanas, 7 impulsions, and 2 registering minds, they also will arise here only. So here only one mind movement. Here, a lot of mind movement. If you want to understand eye consciousness with associated mental formations, there are 8. Consciousness, contact, feeling, perception, volition, life faculty, one-pointedness, life faculty, and attention altogether, there are 8 types. If you want to discern these 8 types, you must wait and see here only. If you see here, you cannot see. Because only just one mind movement. So, system is very important. But if you want to discern mentality, you do not understand what is eye transparency, eye translucent, what is going up mind door. Without understanding these 2 different doors, if you discern mentality, you cannot understand this cognitive process. Is it true? You may have been practiced different types of vipassana. Do you understand this cognitive process with associated mental formations in each mind movement? Do you understand? No. This is because they do not practice systematically according to Buddha's teaching. So if you want to understand this ultimate mentality, you should practice systematically according to Buddha's teaching. Okay? It should be similarly understood with the other 5 doors. In each mind movement, these mentalities contain only 4 mental aggregates: feeling, perception, formations, and consciousness. Therefore, in each mind movement, there are 5 aggregates together with materiality of base and object. Base here, base is in this case here, how many? 54 things. 6 types of kalabas. Here, 6 types of kalabas. They are materiality. The color also materiality. So, together with this materiality, they are all together in each mind movement 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates means, for example, here eye consciousness. This is the aggregate of consciousness. About 7 universal mental factors which associate with eye consciousness. There is feeling, feeling is feeling aggregate. There is perception, perception is perception aggregate. The remaining mental formations 5. Volition, one-pointedness, life faculty, attention, manasikara. Then contact. Altogether 5. These 5 are the formations aggregate. The aggregate of formation. So altogether there are 5 aggregates in each mind movement. Every mind movement there are 5 aggregates, 5 aggregates, 5 aggregates. If you want to practice vipassana, you must try to understand these 5 aggregates in every mind movement. Is it okay? Please practice, don't worry. You should have enough concentration. Very good. Develop concentration. A bhikkhu who has concentrated mind understands the Dhammas as they really are. So if you have enough concentration, you can understand these Dhammas as they really are. So don't be worried. Please practice systematically. It is possible. Huh? Okay. Then, therefore, in each mind moment, there are 5 aggregates together with the materiality of base object. Here, base means the materiality of 6 doors. For example, in the angel, there are 6 types of kalapa, which are made up of 54 types of, as mentioned above, 54 types of materiality. And the object is color. The mentality in every mind moment arises solely dependent on its own base. Without base, it can never arise in the sense sphere world. While practicing vipassana, the meditator must contemplate the mentality of sense sphere, which takes 6 types of material objects as impermanence, suffering, or non-self. This is the suggestion of commentaries Visuddhimagga, Volume 2, page number 300 and 301. Attha Salini commentary, page number 271. There are also some meditators who practice other samatha meditation subjects such as the Dengasinas, 8 attainments, 4 sublime vitals, and so on. They too must contemplate those jhana dhammas in the same way as described in the above second and third traits. So the meditator must contemplate the different types of 5 aggregates, seeing their dissolution as impermanence, suffering, or non-self, while breathing in and while breathing out. For that reason, it is said that when practicing samatha or vipassana, the meditator trains that I shall breathe in, contemplating impermanence. He trains that I shall breathe out, contemplating impermanence. Anicca Nibbāna. Then another is Viraga Nibbāna, Asa Sesamiti Sekati, Viraga Nibbāna, Pasa Sesamiti Sekati. He trains that I shall breathe in, contemplating fading away. He trains that I shall breathe out, contemplating fading away. There are 2 kinds of fading away. Number 1, fading away as distraction, Kriya Viraga, and fading away, absolute fading away, Echanta Viraga. Here in fading away as distraction is the momentary dissolution of formations. That is the 5 aggregates. Absolute fading away is Nibbāna. While practicing vipassana, the meditator must try to see the dissolution of the formations, that's the 5 aggregates. He must contemplate them as impermanence, suffering, or non-self at the actual moment of insight. The insight knowledge will destroy the defilements temporarily, moment by moment. When the vipassana insight becomes fully matured, at the end of insight, but knowledge will arise, taking Nibbāna as the object. In Nibbāna, there is no mentality and no materiality, and therefore craving, which is one type of mental pattern, fades away absolutely in the Nibbāna, Viraga. For that reason, it is said that while practicing vipassana or while realizing Nibbāna, the meditator trains that I shall breathe in, contemplating the fading away of craving, Viraga Nibbāna. He trains that I shall breathe out, contemplating the fading away of craving, Viraga Nibbāna. You must contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta only, these 5 aggregates, or their causes, together with their causes. This is your responsibility. But that contemplation or insight knowledge will eradicate temporarily the craving. Because of this, at that time you are inclining also towards Nibbāna. Why you practice vipassana? You want to realize Nibbāna or you want to attain Nibbāna. This is called your attention, your intention. That intention is called inclination to Nibbāna. Then number 3, Nibbāna Nupasi. He trains thus and shall breathe in contemplating cessation. He trains thus and shall breathe off contemplating cessation. The same method of explanation that applies to fading away also applies to the above three sentences. He contemplating cessation. That sentence. The momentary dissolution of formations is the momentary cessation, khana nirodha. The absolute cessation is Nibbāna, Echanta nirodha. Number 4. He trains thus and shall breathe in contemplating relinquishment. He trains thus and shall breathe out contemplating relinquishment. Pati-niseka nupasi. There are two kinds of relinquishment. Relinquishment is giving up. Parichaka pati-niseka. Relinquishment is entering into hoseka pati-niseka. The meditator seeing the dissolution of formations must contemplate them as impermanent, separate or non-self. When contemplating in this way, the insight knowledge temporarily relinquishes the defilements together with their aggregate producing karma formations. And through seeing the suffering of those formations, it, vipassana insight knowledge, enters into Nibbāna by inclining towards it. Therefore, vipassana insight is called both relinquishment as giving up, parichaka pati-niseka, and relinquishment as entering into hoseka pati-niseka. The meaning is maybe deep, but I want to explain again. One contemplating these formations, what are formations? 5 aggregates. What are 5 aggregates? 11 types of 5 aggregates, not only present, past 5 aggregates, present 5 aggregates, future 5 aggregates, internal 5 aggregates, external 5 aggregates, gross 5 aggregates, subtle 5 aggregates, inferior 5 aggregates, superior 5 aggregates, far 5 aggregates, near 5 aggregates, altogether 11. These 11 types of 5 aggregates you must contemplate as contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Systematically, sometimes anicca, sometimes dukkha, sometimes anatta. Not 3 together. But for easy understanding, only we must guide in this way. While contemplating in this way, vipassana insight will relinquish defilements temporarily. For example, if you contemplate as anicca, that anicca insight will eradicate, will destroy the defilement of conceit, mana, conceit. You have a lot of pride to yourself. When you are contemplating these 5 aggregates, you can see only mentality and materiality. As soon as they pass away very, very quickly. At that time, you cannot see I. At that time, conceit will disappear. Not only conceit, but also the karma. That conceit, mana, can produce karma. When wholesome dhamma or unwholesome dhammas arise, they never began what called they always can produce their own result. Usually they have the power to produce their own result. But one practicing vipassana, that vipassana insight, you may see that conceit, but that conceit cannot produce new existence. No power because of the insight knowledge. Insight knowledge eradicates this conceit. Because of the reason that conceit has no power to produce future existence. So this is here aggregate producing karma formation. this concept also aggregate producing karma formation. It has the power to produce new existence. But when you contemplate this mana concept as anicca dukkha anatta, that mana cannot produce new existence. This is the meaning. In the same way, if you can contemplate those five aggregates as suffering dukkha, then that contemplation will relinquish negative attachment. If you see these five aggregates, they are always oppressed to you by rising in passing way. At that time, if you see this oppressing nature, then you have no much attachment to these five aggregates, temporary. At that time, that attachment also has the power to produce new existence. But because of what the Nibbāna inside is contemplating these formations or these five aggregates as suffering, because of this insight, that attachment has no power to produce new five aggregates, new conditions. So it also relinquishes. In the same way, if you contemplate these five aggregates as anatta, non-self, at that time, such type of contemplation also relinquishes the perception of atta, wrong view. Take it. At that time, you will not see atta. Because of this reason, you contemplate these formations as anatta. That anatta inside knowledge can relinquish that wrong view, deity. But if you contemplate this deity as nature, dukkha, and anatta, that deity also can produce new future existence. But because of the power of this insight, that wrong view cannot produce new future existence. Temporarily, while practicing vipassana, this conceit, this craving, this wrong view may arise occasionally. But you contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Because of this reason, they have no power to produce new future existence. Why you must contemplate these unwholesome dhammas as anicca, dukkha, anatta? Many people, they have strong attachment there also. These unwholesome dhammas. For example, I am very greedy. They grasp this greedy, they have attachment to this greedy. Oh, I love my son so much. I love my daughter so much. Oh. They have attachment against this attachment. First attachment, they have new attachment. They have attachment to that attachment again. Because of this reason, they cannot go out from their home. I go to 6-month retreat to Pa-Auk. Not easy. Because of this attachment. So, but you must contemplate it as anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you can contemplate this attachment, then that attachment has no power to produce new future existence. Is it good? Very good. Oh. See? Number 2, deeper knowledge is also called both relinquishment as giving up, parityāga, patinissaka, and relinquishment as entering into vāsaka, patinissaka. When deeper knowledge realizes Nibbāna, it gives up or destroys the defilements with their aggregate producing karma formations by cutting them off, and it enters into Nibbāna by making it its object. What is the meaning? At the end of your matured vipassana insight, Pa-Auk knowledge, intrusion knowledge will arise. Pa-Auk knowledge realize Nibbāna. Taking Nibbāna as object, Pa-Auk knowledge arise. Because of this reason, at that time, with the assistance of the power of Nibbāna, Pa-Auk knowledge destroying the defilements, stage by stage. The Pa-Auk knowledge will eradicate the defilements stage by stage. When you become Arhat, all defilements will disappear. all defilements will cease completely without remainder. They will never arise again. At that day, your karma has no power. That karma means before Arhat stage, you had already accumulated many wholesome and unwholesome karmas. They have the power to produce new future existence. But when you became Arhat, they have no power to produce new future existence. Because of this reason, ignorance, craving, clinging, volitional formations and karma cease completely without remainder. When you realize Nibbāna with Arhat fruition knowledge. Because of the power of Arhat, all wholesome and unwholesome karmas have no power to produce new existence. In the same way, when you become Sotapanna, Srimana, your birth knowledge also will destroy Sakaya Deity, person identity view or personality view. And which nature, skepticism, doubt, completely without remainder. Because of this reason, before Sotapanna stage, before you are becoming Sotapanna, you had accumulated many wholesome and unwholesome karmas. These unwholesome karmas have no power to produce new existence in one of four woeful states. You already escaped from woeful states. You may reborn in human world or Deva world or Brahma world. But I want to encourage you, if you become Sotapanna, please maintain your jhana concentration. If you can maintain this jhana concentration up to that moment, it is sure, definitely I think it. You can reborn in Brahma world. If you reborn in Brahma world, you will never come back to human world or Deva world. Within 7 lives, you can become Arhat. Within 7 lives means in that very life or in next future life, you can become Arhat. So, this is very sure. Again, if you become Skatagami, you can come back to be reborn in this human world once only. But if you become Nagami, all wholesome karmas and unwholesome karmas which will produce to be reborn in sensual world have no power to produce its result. Only jhana dhammas can produce to be reborn in Brahma world. But if you become Arhat, all wholesome and unwholesome karmas have no power to produce its result. So because of this reason, if you become noble ones, then at that day, you are also still breathing. When you become Sotapanna, you are also still breathing. When you become Sakaragami, Nagami or Arhat, then you are breathing. But at that time, both insight and path knowledge are called contemplation and Nibbāna. Because the meditator successfully reviews again and again each preceding kind of knowledge. Therefore, if the meditator practices this twofold contemplation, that it can be understood that he is breathing in and breathing out while contemplating relinquishment. For that reason, it is said that while practicing Vipassana, while realizing Nibbāna, the meditator trains that I shall breathe in contemplating relinquishment. He trains thus I shall breathe out contemplating relinquishment. Paticca Nibbāna. So when practicing also Vipassana, you are breathing still. While realizing Nibbāna also, you are still breathing. But that breathing is very meaningful breathing. So according to Buddha's teaching, if you can breathe systematically, you can become Sotapanna, you can become Sakadagami, you can become Anagami, you can become Arhat. Is it good? And go, please practice according to Buddha's teaching to breathe. This is how mindfulness of breathing is developed and cultivated so that it is of great fruit and great benefit. This is Anapanasati Sutta, Samyutta Nikaya, 2nd volume, page number 279, Anapanasati Sutta. in Majjhima Nikaya 118. This is subject number. So we have already explained about 16 types of knowledge and 3 types of full understanding. So today let us stop here. If you have any question, you can ask me.
I was curious about the past life, how contemplation of past life on the teachers of Nibbāna, the contemplation. We know that some people are born with knowledge of past life. And from what I know, the knowledge of past life is a Nibbāna. But this knowledge of past life that Sayadaw mentioned here, is it an Nibbāna?
This is Vipassana. If you study Krishaniya Sutta of Samyutta Nikaya, in Khandavaka Samyutta, there's one sutta called Krishaniya. It translates Divine Sutta. In that sutta, Buddha explained Vipassana insight can contemplate past 5 aggregates, present 5 aggregates, future 5 aggregates. Again, if you study Susima Sutta, Nibbāna Vaka Samyutta, there is one sutta called Susima Sutta. In that Susima Sutta, Venerable Susima, without practicing jhana, without practicing sex power, vijnana, he practiced pure vipassana. When he became Arhat, Buddha asked him, do you understand? Because of the ignorance, formations arise. Yes, Bhante, I understand. In this way, Buddha asked many questions about the origination, forward order. In the same way, Buddha also asked cessation order or negative order. Because of the complete cessation of ignorance, formations cease completely without matter. Do you see this? Yes, Bhante. In this way, Buddha explains. So without jhana, without sex power of vijnana, one can see dependent origination, both regular order and cessation order or negative order. Don't be worried. Oh, Vipassana has power. Vipassana in fact has the power, very strong, powerful concentration. That concentration produces strong, powerful light. With the assistance of the light of wisdom, if you pay attention, focus, that light of wisdom will go up to past life. In the dark, if you use torch, if your battery is very powerful, you can see everything inside the room. Is it true? In the same way, this wisdom faculty produces the strong, powerful light, better than torchlight. So, at that time you can see, if you pay attention, then you can see all. Please go to 6-month retreat, don't worry.
On the part that when you explain about the insight knowledge, how temporarily relinquish the defilement, you mentioned about that how the strong power of insight knowledge can make our wrong view attachment and Nibbāna defilement that cannot produce a karma. I do not understand that part, that how during the process of contemplating of the anatta, and anatta, how come the defilements can arise?
Maybe if you pay attention, if you do not practice vipassana, you may have a lot of conceit, mana. But when practicing vipassana, you see only materiality and mentality. They are not permanent. They are always impermanent. Both eternal and external, past or present or future, eternal or external, all are impermanent. If you see impermanent, at that time you will not see I. In this way, I am, this is mana, this is conceit. That conceit cannot arise because of this reason. But when it, sometimes you may contemplate this mana also as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Other than this conceit may arise. But you are contemplating this mana conceit as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Because of the power of that contemplation, that mana although may arise temporarily, but can have no power to produce new future existence. In the same way, if you contemplate other mental formations such as mentality and materiality, all, in the same way, if you practice, if you contemplate it as nature, impermanent, and then you see impermanent nature, such type of contemplation also can relinquish the defilements temporarily. When they relinquish the defilements, not only the defilements but also these defilements have the power to produce new future existence. That power also can testify.
For Vipassana, meditator needs to penetrate suffering, impermanent, and non-self. But come to wise attention. As this afternoon you explained, needs to add one more is asoba. So what's the reason to add in this asoba for wise attention?
She is very beautiful, my wife is very beautiful, my husband is very beautiful. To remove such type of perception, Buddha also teaches they are not beautiful. Why? When you see this materiality and mentality, that materiality, please pay attention inside, especially. They have very sweet smell or bad smell. How do you think? Sweet smell or bad smell? Yes, they are repulsive. This repulsive nature is called asubha. They are very ugly. This is one. Another is jara. They have the nature of decay. Do you understand? They have the nature of perishing. Is it good or not? They are repulsive. If they are permanent, it is okay, very good. But they are not permanent. They have the nature of path. They have the nature of decay. They have the nature of death. Is it subha? This is also asubha. So when contemplating these formations as nature, dukkha, and anatta, Buddha also teaches to contemplate them as asubha. In the same way, one contemplating mentality, some mentalities, especially unwholesome mentalities, lobha, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, conceit, jealousy, envy, etc., they are reversible. Why? They can produce a happy mind. They can produce to be reborn in hopeful state. They have the power to produce to be reborn in hopeful state. So they are beautiful or not? They are not beautiful. They are repulsive. So you must contemplate them as nature, dukkha, anatta, and asubha. In the same way, some wholesome dhammas. Depending on some wholesome dhammas, you may have a lot of pride. I get over, taking over. I get serve my mother, my father. They never serve their mother and father. They put like jail in the hospital. So if you such depending on your wholesome karma, you have a lot of pride, you have a lot of attachment. Such type of wholesome dhammas also repulsive because they can produce new existence. Depending on wholesome karma, you may wish, maybe you may offer some rocks to the bhikkhu. One offering this shivra, you may wish for realization of Nibbāna. But before realization of Nibbāna, I may become beautiful man or beautiful woman, etc. You may wish. Such type of wholesome karma can produce new future existence. Is it good? No good. So they are reversible. Asubha. It is not easy, but they should try to understand by themselves. It is better. So I have been told, or no, I may repeat again. In the name of Buddha, Venerable Buddha has one disciple. He is very handsome, young and handsome, very beautiful. Venerable Buddha thinks, thought. Such type of person may have less full temperament, may have strong, powerful attachment to their own body. See mirror frequently. Making here different color. So they have strong attachment. This is his thought. Because of that, he gave repulsive meditation, asubha meditation. But the meditator, he don't want to see this repulsive thing. So within 3 months, rinse retreat, he practiced diligently, but he cannot attain any achievement. Then Venerable Buddha carried his disciple after Hosa to the Buddha, to pay respect to the Buddha. And then Venerable Buddha informed to the Buddha the situation of his disciple. Then Buddha says, "Oh, Buddha, please leave your disciple here. Then in the evening you will see your disciple become Rahat." Why? Buddha understands his temperament. Latent characteristic, his characteristic, previous characteristic. Successfully in previous life he became goldsmith. He always see beautiful things only. He don't want to see ugly ones. This is his temperament. Buddha understand, can read this temperament. Venerable Buddha cannot read this temperament. If Venerable Buddha cannot read, we also you also cannot read. So, but Buddha gave red color Brahma lotus flower, very big, like bullock wheel, chariot wheel, very big. Then gave this flower, Buddha create with his power, and then gave this flower to that bhikkhu. Please go to the corner of Jetavana monastery. Please meditate there, red kasina. When he saw this very beautiful lotus flower, his mind became very happy. He wanted to see this one. So, very soon he attained up to 4th jhana, depending on this red color kasina circle. And then Buddha sent his rays and then tell to go to Vipassana. Then he practiced Vipassana systematically. How? He understand. Venerable Buddha teaching how to practice Vipassana systematically within 3 months. So he already understood how to practice. Then he practiced Vipassana. At the evening, he became Arhat.
Sadong, may I ask, if let's say a person uses his meditative power to prevent certain things from happening, like maybe disaster coming, and he uses his power to prevent the disaster from happening. So may I ask, what is going to happen to that person? Will he fall sick, or maybe that disaster didn't happen but something else happens, either to him or to maybe the world?
Maybe you should try to understand the workings of karma. For example, whenever Devadatta and our Buddha are cousins, Devadatta is the brother of Yasodhara. They are sister and brother. So they are related very close to each other. Buddha has allowed metta to Devadatta. But because of his unwholesome karma, he was sure to be swallowed inside the earth. Buddha can do nothing. When he is sick, blood is coming out from his mouth. Buddha can do nothing. Buddha has the allowed metta, allowed karuna, allowed mudita, allowed upekha. These four sublime bodies cannot cure his disease. He cannot also sit not to go down into the hell. So, depending on his karma, he must suffer his own suffering. In the same way, nowadays there are many patients. Depending on their karma, this bad feelings he must feel. We can do nothing, but we can help them to give suitable medicine, etc. only. But he may be cured or he may be not cured is based on his own karma. Sometimes we can do nothing.
Can I understand karma as a kind of power to produce existence and because our meditation can establish a kind of ability for meditator that enables to stop this kind of power. After that it's
Maybe Nibbāna is, there are two types. Metaphorically, that cessation state is also called Nibbāna. Metaphorically, actually is there asangata dhatu. This is supramande Nibbāna. That cessation state, the complete cessation of five gigas, the complete cessation of karma. Ignorance, craving, clinging, positional formations, and karma. Such type of complete cessation without remainder is the object of vipassana only, especially Uddiyavya jnana. But unformed element asangata dhatu, this is supramande Nibbāna. That supramande Nibbāna is the object of Patni Purusha knowledge. That is also supramande consciousness. So they are two different things. Vipassana insight can see this complete cessation of five aggregates as well as complete cessation of five causes. So this is, in other words, they are result only. Result means because of the power of Arhampa as well as the power of Nibbāna. These two types of complete cessation. Two types means the complete cessation of ignorance, craving, clinging, original formations, and karma. This is one type. Then another type is complete cessation of five aggregates. This is also another type of complete cessation. But the complete cessation of the filaments is called Parinibbāna, Sa-upadisesa Nibbāna. In other words, they are also called Kilesa Parinibbāna. This is the object of Vipassana only. Then, complete cessation of five aggregates, this is final cessation, Parinibbāna. This is also called Anubhadisesa Nibbāna. They translate in different ways. Anubhadisesa Nibbāna means complete cessation of five aggregates only. And then, in other words, they are also called Khanda Parinibbāna, complete cessation of five aggregates only. So this is also the object of Vipassana. But that complete cessation appears when meditator realize Nibbāna by 4 types of path knowledge and 4 types of fruition knowledge. So that Nibbāna is another one. This is Subramanic Nibbāna.
So can I please clarify something? The other day, Seattle mentioned that for a person to practice jhana, when they move from first jhana to second jhana, they have to analyze the jhana factors. And they get out of jhana and they analyze the jhana factors. And Seattle mentioned that the concentration level at that time is excess concentration. And Seattle also mentioned the word similar to Vipassana. But today, Seattle explained about the doing Vipassana using this Kanika Samadhi. So I'm a little bit confused. Is it that for movement from first jhana to second jhana to third jhana, the concentration that is used to analyze the factors is excess concentration, but the concentration that is used to do Vipassana is Kanika Samadhi. Is that correct?
No excess concentration, this is also momentary, same Kanika. But metaphorically, they call this is also excess concentration. Metaphorically only. Metaphorically means when they practice 4 elements meditation, 4 element meditation systematically, one day they may see kalapa, sub-atomic particles. If they can analyze those kalapas, they can see 4 elements in each kalapa. Such type of knowledge is also called excess concentration. This is metaphorically only, not real excess concentration. Why? 4 elements meditation cannot produce to attain jhana. So, the concentration actually close to the jhana, that concentration is excess concentration. But there is no jhana. We cannot say excess concentration. Actually, this is Kanika Samadhi, momentary concentration only. However, there is real excess concentration close to jhana. That concentration in this 4 elements meditation concentration, they are similar to each other. Because of that similarity, they are also called excess concentration only. In the same way, while you are reviewing 2 disadvantages, not analyzing when practicing samatha, reviewing 2 disadvantages as well as 1 advantage. At that time, such type of knowledge is called, we call picture vakana, reviewing knowledge only, not excess concentration. But that reviewing knowledge is a little bit similar to vipassana in this way. Idame Bunya Aswakya Mahahodu Idame Bunya Nibbāna Sa Patsyo Hodu Idame Bunya Sabha Sadhana Pajema Tesabe Mesama Punya Baga